Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my show, Dare to Dream. I'm Graham Williamson, an international intuitive, evidential medium, psychic, and this is what I do. Every other Wednesday, I have my show, and it's always spirit led. And today, I'm talking about frequencies and what they mean. And I say the word intuitive because I've been very aware, especially the last 2 months. I think since Hurricane Helene has been building up to come here and cause trouble, and then Milton, numbers and frequencies have been really making themselves known to me. So what are the frequencies I'm referring to? I don't know if any of you have thought about it, but theta, to do with the brain, and the frequency 4.7 gigahertz. Both of these frequencies activate something within us. Oh, something itchy. Oh. But these frequencies affect the way we think, how we respond. Now, I'm no scientist, and this is what I've worked out for myself, because frequencies always affect sensitive mediums and people. How? Well, you know about heat, you know about the wind, you know about motion, how things affect how you feel externally. Well, frequencies, one of the best ones is music. The music that actually makes you feel comfortable. It can be rock and roll, rap, popular music, jazz, you name it, classical. I love all types of music. And the frequency of the music can make you very high, can make you subdued, can make you silent, can make you feel fantastic or really stressed. Why? Well, it's my theory, in my opinion, that because we are like magnets, we have north and we have south, and our bodies are made up of electrical impulses. That's a fact. Now, any frequency that you feel or become aware of, even subliminally, I can't say the word now, when you're not really consciously aware of it, subliminal, that's the word. When it affects you, you actually start to feel different. The way your thought process, the way you actually start to think, respond to any given stimuli. And I know this show is not scientific, and I am spirit-led in what I do. The spirit energy that touches me when I do readings affects my memory, affects my vision, hearing, my nose, my mouth, and the physical sense of touch. And I respond to it. I just react to it. Now, since I've been doing this mediumship all my life, and especially since I've been in America the last 23 years, I've found out that my body is extremely sensitive to any frequency other than what is I consider my normal frequencies, my everyday stuff. I know when my dog's not feeling happy. I know when the cats are stressed. I know even when my wife's happy, sad, or whatever. I go out into the garden and you can feel the birds around you making the noises and the animals that wander around in the yard. You respond to everyday stimulus and frequency. But you see, when spirit touches your memory, you can respond many different ways. I normally say I group it together as a picture with all my senses involved. I call it I'm seeing something. And when I see, that's all the senses, I know it's spirit activated a memory, because I'm not consciously going out to say, right, I want to go get my mother. I want to go out and get my grandmother or my grandfather or my dad or uncles, aunts, whomever. I don't set out purposely to ask for them to come to me to communicate, especially when I do readings. So when I'm doing a reading, those memories are activated by the spirit connection, by that frequency that they have that connects with my energy and my frequency, because everybody vibrates at different levels. But as I said at the beginning, look at the theta about the way your pineal gland is activated. Look about the 4.7 gigahertz and how that can actually make you feel at peace. Well, spirit do that with me on many different levels, many different frequencies. I don't know them all. I just know that when certain spirits are around, certain frequencies are around me, I respond. I know whether it's my mum, my dad, my aunt, my grandmother, who I called Nana. I've got certain people, I know their energy, I know their frequency. And you, the listener, when you meet somebody, you pick up that energy, even though you're not aware of it. Or a energy, a frequency. Because we can't go around this world isolated. You can sit at home in a box and just have the door shut, nobody comes in, but you'll still be affected by energy, by the frequency that energy creates. Spirit can go through whatever they like. I've not found a place where spirit can't go, so long as it's with positive affirmation, peace, love, and compassion, and all the other positive aspects of spirit. I won't tolerate, my guides, my mother and my grandmother, won't tolerate any negative coming through. And if I do get a negative, unless it's life or death, I say, no, don't want that energy. Go away. Africa, go. But I have to say it out loud. My voice is also a frequency. Every single thing with energy has a frequency. Every single thing. Even when you look at colours. What? Think about it. When you see somebody that you like and they go out and buy some clothing, and I'm not saying the women or not saying the men, I'm saying anybody that goes out. And you've known them for years and they've always got a certain style. Then they buy something different and you take one look at it and say, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not you. It doesn't feel right. Or it doesn't look right. Because it makes me feel something. It's that feeling that you get is a frequency from what you're seeing or interacting with. Seriously. You do it automatically. And the more you listen to that feeling, the sharper your senses become. The more in tune with different energies and frequencies. And what it means is that you are becoming aware consciously of these subconscious things that happen around you and within you. I was talking to Cece just before the start of the show. I said, I'm extremely tired, but in a good way. I've accomplished a lot today. But because I'm tired, my ego is low. I don't do my show hyper because I'm consciously thinking of what I'm going to say. But because I'm tired, I don't care in that sense. I care only what I'm giving is spirit-led. And the only way to do that is for Graham, the ego, to step down. It takes practice to step down from yourself consciously. But when you are in the zone, as people have said, or in the right frame of mind or in the right circumstance, whatever terminology you know of, getting yourself ready. It's getting your energy, your frequency at the right level that makes you feel able to complete whatever it is you intend to do. It's not a guarantee, but the only guarantee I can ever say to people when they come to me or I go to them to help them on reading is I will do my level best to assist and prove continuity of life after death. I don't read the future because that's not my thing. I have done it many times, but the feedback from people who only want a certain outlook in their life, and because they have a future reading and they purposely change their pathway, say, it's your fault it didn't work. It's too much responsibility for me. So I said, no more future readings. And 9 times out of 10, people that come to me for a reading, when they say, can you do the future? And I say, no, because you haven't resolved issues with your past. People drag their past with them, those that haven't found peace. I can feel it as soon as I am with somebody, that their energy, their frequency is off because they're living in the past. And it is intuitive. I don't consciously look for it. I'm consciously aware that I'm working, so I step back and trust my intuition. And whatever image comes through, or whatever sensation, whatever I feel, I respond instantly with it. Even the most outlandish terminology I've come out with, I don't swear. It's always positive. But one of the funniest things I found out when I was doing readings is people changing their footwear when they come out. And the particular way they do it, and their loved ones who have passed over will say, oh, they've changed the shirt, or they've changed the footwear, or they did this to the hair, or they changed the lipstick, or whatever it is. I just say it. I said, how do you know that? I said, because when I'm getting the energy, that frequency that's coming through, it feels comfortable to actually discuss it, to say to the recipient, did you change your socks, or did you change your shoes, or how many handbags have you got? And the guys, hey, what belt have you got on this time, or what shirt? Have you fastened it all the way up this time, or whatever it is? I just come out with it. And I go, how did you know? Because those frequencies affect everybody. They affect me, and I've learned how to decipher them because I'm consciously aware of what I'm doing. But how I respond is intuitive. That's the difference. So whenever you meet up with somebody and things feel comfortable, you're in a good spot. You normally feel very safe when you're comfortable. But if you've got a nagging doubt, stand up and walk away, or ask the person to leave, or just change the circumstances. I unfortunately had a lady at an event I was at recently, and she was being abused physically, emotionally. And all I said to her is, do 911 and go to your sisters in another city. Don't hesitate. You don't have children. How do you know that? I said, well, I don't see children around you. But you've got some money in your pocket. And it was like I was seeing everything that subconsciously this lady had set out to do. I was picking all that up. And she said, yeah, I could. Yeah, I am. Yeah, you're right. And you could see from being very timid, introvert, shy, sad, frightened, changing into somebody that says, no. I don't know what happened to her after she left. All I did is tell her what I felt. Because the frequency she was at the beginning was very, very angry, hurt, pained, sad. She was being abused. You see, we all can pick up these little signals, these frequencies, with anybody. Look at your animals as well. You know when your dog's happy, or your cat, and when they're sad or angry, whatever. They affect every single one of us. But most of us that are aware of this acknowledge it. And excuse my little dog walking up and down. Let's get him off camera. There we go. But when you acknowledge it, it becomes easier to recognize it. And I hope that what I'm telling you will actually help you understand why you feel certain things. Because every single one of us can do this. It's psychic. Well, it's psychic. That's the physical. And if you're aware of it and you listen to it, it can help you. But by being positive, you can actually raise your energy even more and open up your mediumship skills. But again, this is all to do with the frequencies. This is all to do with the sounds around you, within you, what you create, what other people create. Now, change the subject slightly. How many have been in a really powerful car? I'm not about noisy, I'm just saying a powerful car. I've been fortunate to have been in a couple of really top-end machines. And when they're tuned properly, they purr, but such vibration. Some with a lousy exhaust or noisy exhaust, and they're deafening. But when they're properly tuned, you just feel safe and comfortable. And that's the beauty of the human race. There's so many things that can affect us, so many things that can change us. And it's all to do with frequencies. It really is. Every single thing that you do is frequency. We vibrate at so many cycles per second. You'd have to look up the technical terms. I don't know. Some gigahertz and that. But we all vibrate. Every single thing vibrates. Now, when I came over here in December 2001, I spoke to my parents, my mother mostly, about what I wanted to do. And she said, it feels right that you do what you're doing. You're going to open up some. You're going to become what you've always wanted to be. I didn't know what it meant at the time. And I said, what do you mean it feels right, Mum? She says, well, the vibration you give out, your energy that you resonate at, the way you are with people, you're going to be drawing more and more energy through you. I was stunned. Then I met my wife in December 2001. And she can't go into a shop without people. What are you doing? Oh, I saw this one, but what's she doing? And they automatically think she's doing something. She is. She's out shopping legally. She doesn't care what other people think about her in a positive way. She's just looking around and enjoying herself. We always have a laugh when we go out. Because she calls me the comedic medium. And people feel her energy. And that energy, the frequency she resonates at, affects people up here. and in the heart and the gut instinct area. And they respond by saying, well, I saw this woman, something triggered something within me. What is it? And because they don't understand what it is my wife is actually, is a very gifted medium. Her energy resonates so high and so strong, it touches other people. And that touch affects their thinking. You see, when certain people walk in a room, they take over the room. Some positively, some negatively. But it's because their frequency is positive or negative. They're happy or sad, angry or okay, quiet. You see, you have to respond the way you feel, truthfully, to that frequency that you actually consciously become aware of. You subconsciously do think, hang on, something's happening, I don't know what it is. Subconsciously, you think about it. You see, the human mind is fantastic. There's so many things we still don't know about the human brain. The pineal gland seems to be one of the most fascinating parts of the human body. It has so many functions that there's still, I've known for 70 years, people have been working on the pineal gland in scientific ways. And they're coming out with different purposes that it can do, what it releases, what it holds back, what it assimilates. And people say, can you open your third eye? Well, it's all to do with the pineal. And the theta waves, the brain waves, and the 4.7 gigahertz, that affects the way we think. It's stated that the theta waves and the 4.7 are affecting the genius level in children. We're all born with these theta waves. And when you're children, they're the genius, the way that they function. But as they grow older, it's suppressed, it's held back, because people want them to go this particular route in education and life. The theta waves are suppressed, almost turned off, not permanently, but turned off. It's only by raising one's own vibration, your own frequency, can you maintain your theta activity frequencies within your physical being. And it can be brought back by meditation and chakra abilities and awareness and eating right, being healthy. There's many factors to keep your mind active. As I said part of the way through the show, that I love being tired because then I can piece it together better by spirit. I hope what I'm telling you is actually triggering some of your memories about things that you felt and heard. And when I come back in a couple of minutes, we're going to have a break. I'll explain a little bit more. But this is by Dare to Dream show. I'm Graham Williamson, International Intuitive Evidential Medium and Psychic. And I really do love helping people. If you want to email me, I've got two addresses there. A medium77, all one word, at gmail.com. Or you can phone me on Florida, USA, 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message, please, otherwise I won't respond. And my second email address is thebrit77@hotmail.com. THEBRITT77@hotmail.com. And you can email me anytime or go on Facebook and connect with me that way. But we're going to take a break now and we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host of Dare to Dream, Graham Williamson, international intuitive, evidential medium, and psychic. And today we're talking about intuitive frequencies and what they mean. As I say, I'm no scientist, but I know frequencies affect me all the time. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. The hurricanes that Florida had recently, about a month ago now, for Helene and Milton, I knew that we were going to be safe. But I knew we were going to get the winds, the static, the lightning, the rain. It was horrible. But I also knew that our house was going to be okay. Don't know how to explain it better than my guts told us we're going to be okay. But since Helene and Milton have left, I've spent so much time cleaning up. 2 hours a day, because it's too hot and humid in central Florida. But the frequency of those two hurricanes was so dissimilar because we were not close to the eye for Helene, because it went up the west coast. But the devastation it caused is still terribly felt, and all the way up in the Carolinas. And my heart goes to them. I wish I was able, or we were able, to help more people. But this is to do with frequency. When you actually take stock of what's coming towards you, the preparation you have to do, and if you trust yourself and what you feel, you can be prepared for even a hurricane. You don't know what's going to happen physically. Nobody expected what we got this time. And Milton, luckily it went south of Orlando, so we got the peripheral edge, but it caused a lot of damage. It did more damage than Helene did. But most of it was superficial. A lot of damage to trees, but superficial. Helene didn't touch us, just the rain. That was it. The winds were hardly noticeable, again, because we're central Florida. But the frequency of all these hurricanes hasn't been lost to me. Because of the weather conditions and the way the planet is not healthy as it could be, there's going to be more. Definitely going to be more of the bad weather. And they're going to be more severe. That's my intuition telling me that. And there's not a lot I can do about it. I can't physically get up and within about a day's notice decide whether I'm staying or we're leaving. And that's all I can do. But what I can do all the time is prepare myself to acknowledge what is coming. That's part of the message in my show. To be intuitive to what is around you, what is within you, how it affects you, how you respond to it. And what does it mean to you may mean something totally different to somebody else. And every single person is an individual who has their own outlook on any given moment. There's similarities to a lot of things that we do. There's also a lot of things that we don't do that makes it similar. But you have to understand yourself. You have to know yourself. When I was in the Navy, one of the things that I was known for is I used to have a very good friend in the radio room. Radio operator on a warship. It's limited access. And I was only a cook, and my friend was a radio operator. And on break times, since I'd stand outside in the corridor and we had a stable type door. The bottom's locked, the top's open, and we were leaning. I took him a cup of tea because I'm a chef. Made him a cup of tea. We were talking away, and halfway through, or a couple of minutes, I said, "Oh, I better go. You're getting a signal," and walk away. And it got known by the people in the radio room. Some of the officers said, "How is it that you know a signal's coming through is a prelim signal that says you are going to get a message?" Then they got the message. But I knew before the prelim signal comes through. I don't know how I did it. I felt the frequency. I felt literally it would be about a minute before the actual prelim comes through. I don't know what the correct term is, but I call it a prelim message. You are going to get a signal. And the Navy started questioning how I did that. The frequency was so clear to me. It was like singing bowl. You tap it and it makes that vibration and it feels comfortable or not. And I learned to recognize the particular signal, that the frequency that was coming. It was building before it actually got to the ship. I don't know how I picked it up, but I always did. It was a joke between me and my friend, and I'm not going to say any names or what ship. But when people come up to me and say, "How did you know?" I said, "Because I listened to the frequencies." Have you heard of these CB sets? You know, if you watch Smoking a Bandit, very good movie, all about CBs, citizen band radios. They don't have them as prolific as they used to, because we have things like Messenger and Facebook and WhatsApp and all the other things. But luckily, CC, our producer, is so connected with the Going Solo network, radio, podcast, and TV. Going bold with the new streaming network. All these different frequencies, all these different places you can actually tune in, literally. Roku, look at this. Yeah, and my show's on, recorded there. Live, WGSN-DB, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more shows, Roku, and Amazon. They're all there. But again, each one works on its own frequency. And the more you listen to yours, the sharper you become in hearing and responding to them. But you have to be honest to yourself. I'm going to be closing shortly. But what I would like you to do is think about how sound frequencies affect you. How do you react to them? And they say, "Oh, it's just music I don't like," or whatever. Look at it and find out why you don't like it. Why doesn't that music, for example, resonate good for you? Is it because you feel a sad memory or a good memory? Respond consciously in your thoughts to what the frequencies are trying to show you. You know, when you start a car up and it doesn't work properly, all those funny noises, not going to work. You have to get out and you have to tune it up. How many people have taken a car to be tuned? Well, that's what you have to do to yourself. You've got to tune yourself. You have to be aware of your frequency. What makes you feel comfortable? What are your happy sounds? But look up about that 4.7 gigahertz. It's a meditation. It really calms you down. And about theta, THETA. And look at it all. There's many scientific people on the internet. And I'm sure somebody in Dare to Dream, on New Streaming Network, will have some knowledge of that. But I hope what I've shared with you at least piques your interest. But as I say, I want to thank you, and we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. So it'll be in November. the 6th. Look at that. See, she's on the ball. November the 6th at 6 p.m. EST. And I hope you'll join us. If you've got a comment or anything, send me emails, contact me on Messenger, whatever. And even watch our videos that have been created on the TV app on Roku, the new streaming network TV. My shows have all been recorded. But again, you can email me on amedium77@gmail.com or the brit77@hotmail.com. Leave an email for me and I'll respond as soon as I can. Oh, look at that update. You can phone me on Florida, USA 352-409-1060. As it says in the brackets, leave a message because I won't respond otherwise. And if you like my show, please share it, comment, and subscribe because we love it. It makes our life so much easier. Enjoy, like, share, comment, subscribe, please, because we can't do this without you. Now, I'm your host of Dare to Dream, Graham Williamson, International Intuitive, Evidential Medium and Psychic. I hope you've enjoyed my show and it's informed you of stuff. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. And I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you.